Now let us see the difference between direct speech and indirect speech. In direct speech, you use the exact words of the speaker, word for word. You don't make any changes. But in indirect speech, you convey meaning for meaning in your own words. And there are other changes that you also make. For example, the comma here in direct speech, you don't use it. And then you also insert a conjunction. Okay, this is called reporting verb. So after reporting verb, you drop the comma and then insert the word that. And you also drop the quotation marks. Then you change the pronouns, and also you change the tenses also. Plus, if required, you also change place and time words, not just these changes. Now, if you see, uh, there are two ways of reporting. One is direct speech. You use the exact words of the speaker using quotation marks. In indirect speech, you use your own words to convey what was said, and you don't use any quotation marks. So you need to make some four changes in when you convert a direct speech into indirect speech, and also you need to make other changes. Let us take a look at all these four key changes now. So the first one is reporting verb. You need to change based on whether you are reporting a statement or a question or a command or an exclamation. Look at this. This is a statement, right? So here, generally you use the same word. Sometimes you can also use told, provided there is a listener's name here. Now take a look at this. This is the question, and when you are reporting a question, you change that into asked or something similar. And if you take a look at the next one, this is an exclamation. So you change this reporting verb to exclaimed. And this is a request. Can you do me a favor? So you use this word asked or some other words to convey the meaning of the request. And the second thing is you need to remove the quotation marks, and you also have to add a conjunction. Okay, so the conjunction also changes based on what type of sentence it is. For example, if it is a statement, you use the word that. If it is a yes no question, you can use if or whether. If it is a WH question, then you use the WH word itself, and that includes how. And if it is a command or a request, you generally use to plus the base form of the verb. Conjunction is not generally required. And you also change pronouns. Take a look at this. I have come from a poor background changes to he had come from a poor background. So here, are you confident? You changes to he or she if the pronoun, if the noun does not clarify whether the person is male or a female. So you can use he or she. So then you also change the tense. How do you to change the tenses? See, present tense changes to past, and past tense changes to past perfect. As you can see here, these are present forms, present simple forms of the verb be, and this is past simple form of the verb be. So if you find these in the direct speech, change them to this. And are changes to were, do and does they change to did, has and have they change to had, and the go and goes first form of the verb changes to second form of the verb, went, did, etc. And was and were they change to had been, and had plus the third form of the verb, it remains unchanged, and had been ing form of the verb also remains unchanged. So will changes to would, shall changes to should, can, could, may, might, and then the first form of the verb remains unchanged. So then must, then the first form changes to had to. For example, must do changes to had to do. So these are considered already past tenses, so they remain unchanged. Sometimes the tense that does not change, especially when you're reporting a universal truth, permanent fact, or habitual action, or if the reporting verb itself is in the present or future tense. So I'm going to give you examples for each of them. See here, the sun rises in the east. This is a universal truth. So he said that the sun rises in the east. You don't change this into rose. This is not required. Qutub Minar is in Delhi. This is a fact, okay? So he said that Qutub Minar is in Delhi. So you still use the word is, you don't change it because it is a fact. I always go to bed early. Here, go is a present tense. It is habitual action. So he said he always goes to bed early. So it remains still in the same present tense. Now this is called reporting verb. This called reporting verb. The word before comma is called reporting verb. It is in the present tense. If it is present or if it is in the present tense or future tense, this tense remains unchanged. Like Amulya says, I am learning music. Amulya says that she is learning music. And you also have to change time and place words. For example, look at this. This changes to that, these, those, here, there, now, then, thus, in that way, ago, before, today, that day, tonight, that night, tomorrow. You can use the next day or the following day, yesterday, the day before, or the previous day, last night, the previous night, next week, the following week, hereby, thereby, come, go. So now you can take a look at some examples. See here, there's a dialogue between a reporter and Bernard Shaw. See how their dialogue is reported. So the reporter says, are you a vegetarian or a non vegetarian? Look at the reported speech. A reporter asked the famous writer Bernard Shaw whether he was a vegetarian or a non vegetarian. Bernard Shaw says this: I don't want to make my stomach a burial ground for dead animals. Bernard Shaw replied that he didn't want to make his stomach a burial ground for dead animals. Now, the reporter, how wonderful your answer is. The reporter responded by saying that it was a wonderful answer. Bernard Shaw says, thank you for your compliments. Bernard Shaw thanked him for his compliments. Now, let's take a look at all four types of sentences, how they are reported. First, let us take a look at statements. So, said remains unchanged, but if you find said to, change it to told. And of course, you can use other words like this. Then the second thing is you need to insert the word that in your reported speech. Then pronouns need to be changed. Then you need to change tenses also from present to past. And if the question sentence is already in the past simple, change it to past perfect. Now, time and place words we have already seen, they also need to be changed like this: here, there, this, that, now, then, today, that day, tomorrow, next day, yesterday, previous day. Now, let us take a look at some examples. He said to me, you are lucky. He told me that I was lucky. Let us analyze what changes have been made here. See here, said to, it changes to told. Okay. Then the comma is dropped, no comma. Then here the word that is inserted because it's a statement. You need this word. Then after that, the quotation marks are dropped. Okay. And then the next thing is the pronoun. The pronoun is changed. Then the tense is also changed. And take a look at one more sentence. My father went to Chennai. He said that his father had gone to Chennai. See here, went is past simple. This is past perfect. So now let us take a look at the exceptions where no tense change is required. For example, the sun rises in the east. This is a universal truth. He said that the sun rises in the east. Qutub Minar is in Delhi. He said that Qutub Minar is in Delhi. So the tense remains unchanged here because it is a general fact. I always go to bed early. It's a habit. He said that he always goes to bed early. So there is no need for any change of tense because when you are reporting universal truth or permanent facts, habitual actions, or if the reporting verb is already in the present tense. Reporting verb means this one. Okay. So let us take a look at some more examples. See here how say changes to said. Sorry, say and said when there is no listener is mentioned, you simply use the same word. For example, Dr. Rahul said, I'll try my best to save the patient. Dr. Rahul said that he would try his best to save the patient. Now, say to changes to tell, and said to changes to tell when the listener's name is mentioned. For example, here, listener is Krishna. You said, Yashoda said to Krishna, changes to Yashoda told Krishna. So Yashoda said to Krishna, you are mischievous and trouble me a lot. Yashoda told me that he was mischievous and troubled her a lot. Sometimes you need to report more than one sentence. In such cases, you use add or added. For example, they said the minister has at last unveiled the statue today. There is a full stop. It has not been unveiled for so many months for reasons unknown. So you have got to report two sentences. So you need to use this either present or past. Since this is the past, you should use past. They said that the minister had at last unveiled the statue that day and added that you see here and added that is inserted here to connect them both together, that it had not been unveiled for so many months for reasons unknown. Some more examples. He said, I have many problems. He said that he had many problems. Take a look at how the pronoun changes, how the tense of the verb changes, how the comma is dropped, how the quotation marks are dropped. I am reporting her words, he said. He said that he was reporting her words. The cashier in the bank said, I have sent a report. The cashier in the bank said that he had sent a report. So, have sent changes to had sent. A student said, I've been trying to speak English for 2 years. A student said that he had been trying to speak English for 2 years. So, have been changes to had been. I forgot my hall ticket, a candidate said. A candidate said that he had forgotten his hall ticket. So this is past simple forgot. It changes to past perfect had forgotten. I was watering the plants in the garden. She said that she had been watering the plants in the garden. So this was changes to had been. This is past continuous and this is past perfect continuous. We will move to Hyderabad next year, Raju said. Raju said that they would move to Hyderabad the following year. Now you see here will changes to would, and also next year changes to the following year, and we changes to they. Of course, there are other changes like the insertion of the word that, the removal of the quotation marks. A North Indian friend of mine said, unlike Delhi, the climate in Hyderabad is moderate. A North Indian friend of mine remarked, you can also use the word same word as this, said, remarked that unlike Delhi, the climate in Hyderabad was moderate. So is moderate changes to was moderate here. Now, how to report questions? So, first thing you need to change the order of the sentence from the question order to statement order. And you should also drop the question mark. And you should use if or whether as a conjunction. If it is a yes no question, you use if or whether. And if it is a double H question word, you use a same word. Double H question includes how, the word how. Now, said to changes to asked. This is a reporting verb. So, said to changes to asked. You can also use other words like questioned, wanted to know, inquired. Then the conjunction, if it is a yes no question, then you can use if or whether. And if it is a double H question, you need to use the same double H question. Pronoun, same rules as statements. Word order, so question order to statement order. That means subject should be used first, then the verb. Then the punctuation. So the question mark needs to be dropped, and you need to use the full stop. And also words of time and place need to be changed just like in statements. So let us take a look at some examples here. So double H questions. So you need to retain the question word. How is your health? Said a Dr. Charan to a patient. Dr. Charan asked a patient how his health was. See, the word was comes at the end. First the subject comes, then the verb comes. This is the usual order. I mean, the statement order. And the question mark is also dropped, as you can see. A stranger said to me, where is Golconda? A stranger asked me where Golconda was. So, first subject, then the verb in the reported speech. And you must be wondering, can I not use is in both of them? Yes, you can use. But then, since all these examples that you see are from the textbook, the same chapter, I suggest you do not experiment with the new answers. Use the same expressions that are given in the textbook, just to be sure that you don't lose marks for writing an answer that is different from what is given in the textbook. So, if it is a yes no question, you use the word whether or if or whether. So, Dheeraj said to his friend, are you interested in teaching? Dheeraj asked his friend if, you can also use whether, if he was interested in teaching. So, sometimes there can be a question with alternatives. In such cases, you need to use whether. For example, I said to my daughter, do you want to do BTech or BSc? So you have a choice in the question sentence. When there is a choice like this, you must always use the word whether as a conjunction. I asked my daughter whether she wanted to do BTech or BSc. Now, some examples. Do you want coffee? He asked me if I wanted coffee. Where did you go? He asked me where I had gone, because did and go is equal to went, and went changes to had gone. Some more examples here. The quiz master said, when did the Quit India movement take place? The quiz master asked, said changes to asked, when the Quit India movement had taken place. So here did plus take place is equal to took place. It is equal to took place. So that changes to had taken place in the reported speech. And moreover, it is like a question: did the Quit India movement take place? But you need to make it like a statement. First the subject, Quit India movement, then the verb, had taken place. The teacher said to his students, who invented the computer? The teacher asked his students who had invented the computer. I said to my son, have you ever thought about your future? Said to asked. Okay. Have you ever thought about your future? I asked my son whether he had ever thought about his future. So have changes to had. Your future to his future. The realtor said to me, do you want to purchase a flat or a plot? There is a choice here. So only whether is possible. The realtor asked me whether I wanted to purchase a flat or a plot. So Raju said to his daughter, do you want to marry a doctor or a businessman? So there is a choice here. There is an alternative given in the question sentence. So you must use the word whether. You cannot use if. Raju asked his daughter whether she wanted to marry a doctor or a businessman. Now let us take a look at how commands and requests can be reported. So the imperative verb always becomes to plus base form of the verb. So for negatives, you need to use not to plus the base form, like to go, to do, and if it is negative, not to go, not to do. So now the word said changes to asked or told, or you can use any of these words. I'll be explaining to you how these words are used. Okay, based on the meaning, you should use these expressions. If it is a request, requested. If it is an order, order. If it is a warning, threatened or warned. So the conjunction, so there is no need for any conjunction. You just need to use the same to infinitive or not to infinitive, to plus base form or not to plus base form. And pronouns are changed just like in the statements. And verb form, there is no need for any tense change because you are only going to use the two infinitives like to go, to do, not to do, etc. And time and place words are changed just like in statements. And take a look at some examples here. Go out and play. He told his son to go out and play. Don't disturb me. He instructed me not to disturb him. Now you need to choose the right reporting verb. So if it is a command, a firm command, you should say ordered, commanded, directed, etc. If it is a general instruction, you need to use instructed, told, etc. If it is a polite request, so you should use words conveying that meaning. And if it is a piece of advice, you use words that mean giving advice. And if it is a warning, okay, if the tone or the context, you say warned or cautioned. If it is an invitation, then invited. If it is a threat, threatened. If it is a sincere serious request, you can say prayed or implored. Now take a look at some of the examples. See here, said is there. The site engineer said to his colleagues, don't deviate from the plan. The site engineer ordered his colleagues not to deviate from the plan because he is a boss and others are working for him. It's like an order. A student said to the teacher, can you please repeat the question, ma'am? A student requested the teacher very politely to repeat the question. So, can you please? So, you are using these expressions to convey that idea. And said to, you use requested. Ahmed said to his son, don't waste time and money. So, it's a piece of advice. Ahmed advised his son not to waste time and money. The invigilator said to the candidates, write your hall ticket number on the question paper. So it's an instruction. The invigilator instructed the candidates to write their hall ticket number on the question paper. So, how do you report let? Okay, like let us have some snacks. Sh- you know, shall we visit the thousand pillar temple today? So, when there is a sentence starting with let us or shall we, you should use suggested or proposed plus that, etc. So, Kirti said to us, let us have some snacks. Kirti suggested to us, remember, to us, not us. Don't say us, say to us that we should have some snacks. Dev said to us, shall we visit the thousand pillar temple today? Dev proposed to us that we would visit the thousand pillar temple that day. Now, how do you report exclamations? See, you need to change the sentence form from exclamation to normal. So you should show that emotion indicated in the actual sentence through the reporting verb or an adverb phrase. For example, said changes to exclaimed. Then you can also carry that emotion using expressions like with joy, with sorrow, or with surprise, etc. So you add these things to convey that emotion expressed in the direct speech. And the structure of the sentence, the actual sentence will be like an exclamatory sentence. You need to change into regular statement, and pronouns, tenses, time and place words, they remain unchanged here. Now, some examples to let us understand these rules. Oh, they have lost a match, he said. He said sadly, sadly carries this emotion, sadly that they had lost the match. So have lost changes to had lost. Hurrah, we have won the match, said the boys. The boys exclaimed with delight. So hurrah exclaimed with delight. We have won the match, said the boys. The boys exclaimed with delight that they had won the match. The my brother said to me, better luck next time. My brother wished me better luck next time. So there are some exercises, and I will take you to the answer key directly. There I'll explain some of the difficult and confusing questions. I'll also give the key. Now this is the answer key. Sunil said to his daughter, I will take care of you. Sunil told his daughter that he would take care of her. So said to changes to told, comma is dropped, and the quotation marks are also dropped, and the word that is used. Then the pronoun changes I to he, then will changes to would. Again, this pronoun also changes to her. The MLA said to the villagers, you have every right to question me. The MLA told the villagers that they had every right to question him. The inspector said to the constable, I am your boss. The inspector told the constable that he was his boss. It is better for you to join MPC, said Bharat's mother. Bharat's mother said that it was better for him to join MPC. The principal said to the lecturers, you should maintain records. The principal told the lecturers that they should maintain records. I have been waiting here for you for 1 hour. Vasundhara said to Vandana, said to write. So told. Vasundhara told Vandana that she had been waiting there, have been changes to had been waiting there for her for 1 hour. Kranti said to the inspector, I met with an accident while taking a turn. Kranti told the inspector that he met changes to had met. He had met with an accident while taking a turn. He said, I have lost my bag. He said that he had lost his bag. So have lost changes to had lost. The girl said, I can change any given sentence into reported speech. The girl said that she could change any given sentence into reported speech. I am your fan, said the boy to Allu Arjun. The boy told Allu Arjun that he was his fan. And here you got some matching exercise. This set of questions are not generally asked in the examinations. Uh, so just take a look at the answer key here. Okay. So let's go to the next exercise here. Questions. How questions are reported. What we have seen so far are only statements. A visitor said to me, are there any places worth seeing in Varangal? A visitor asked me if this is a conjunction, if there were any places worth seeing in Varangal. So this is like a question. It has to be like a statement. The question mark needs to be dropped and replaced with a full stop like this. Mother said to son, when will you have your breakfast? Mother asked her son when he would have his breakfast. The shopkeeper said to the customer, it changes to asked. The shopkeeper asked the customer, shall I show you the latest model? If you should show him, because customer, you don't know whether that is a man or a woman. So if you should show him the latest model. In such cases, write only one answer. Don't write them both in the examinations. I said to the shop assistant, what is the price of this dress? I asked the shop assistant what the price of that dress was. A classmate said to me, is your father a businessman? A classmate said to me, is your father a businessman? A classmate asked me if my father was a businessman. Harika said to her friend, will you come to my house tomorrow? Harika asked her friend if she would come to her home the next day. Of course, this this word can also be changed to go, like she would go home, but this is better. The passenger said to the driver, does the bus stop at the crossroads? The passenger asked the driver if the bus stopped at the crossroads. A girl said to the principal, do I need to be a postgraduate to become an IAS officer? A girl asked the principal if she needed to be a postgraduate to become an IAS officer. Father said to his daughter, who teaches you English, Anita? Father asked his daughter Anita, who taught her English? Teacher said to Kavita, what does the word corruption mean? The teacher asked Kavita what the word corruption meant. Now let us take a look at how commands and requests are reported. Hima said, get out from here. Hima ordered to get out of from there. So you need an object here. You can write someone that's not mentioned here. So you can write this. Neha said, Mom, please give me your mobile. Neha requested her mother to give her her mobile. Hardik said to Anu, go and study. The Hardik advised Anu to go and study. Nani said to me, exercise daily. Nani advised me to exercise daily. Father said to Sweta, switch off the fan. Father told Sweta to switch off the fan. You can say asked also in such cases, but asked is considered slightly more formal than Told is just straightforward. The speaker is not really that polite. Now, how to change exclamations into reported speech? Nivea said to her sister, "How interesting the serial is." Nivea exclaimed to her sister that the serial was very interesting. My friend said to me, "What a wonderful opportunity." My friend exclaimed that it was a very wonderful opportunity. "Oh, he is dead," the doctor said. The doctor exclaimed sadly that he was dead. "Thank goodness I have passed my exams," my son said. My son exclaimed with relief that he had passed his exams. "Hooray! I've got the first rank in the entrance examination," my friend said. My friend exclaimed with delight. See, this is conveyed here that he had got the first rank in the entrance exam. So, have got changes to had got. "How awful! She has missed the chance," Mahesh said. Mahesh exclaimed with dismay. Here, this person is disgusted or dismay, uh, shocked by what he had seen. He didn't like it. A visitor said, "How sultry the weather is." A visitor exclaimed that the weather was very sultry. "What a pity! Many passengers died in the accident," said an eyewitness. An eyewitness exclaimed with pity that many passengers had died in the accident. See here, what a pity, with pity. Akshay said to his partner, "Bad luck, never mind." Akshay sympathized, here he said to sympathized with his partner, and it was bad luck, but told him uh, never to mind. "Oh, what a beautiful place it is," he said. He exclaimed with admiration that it was a very beautiful place. So, here we have all four types of sentences like statements, questions, commands or requests, and exclamations. A father said to his son, "Ramu, concentrate on your studies." A father advised his son Ramu to concentrate on his studies. "What a wonderful poem it is," said the teacher. The teacher exclaimed that it was a very wonderful poem. The principal said to a student, "Vinay, can you spell this word?" The principal asked Vinay, a student, if he could spell that word. "Is there any train to Delhi now?" I asked the inquiry clerk. I asked the inquiry clerk if there was any train to Delhi then. "How much time does a ray of the sun take to reach the earth?" the quiz master asked. The quiz master asked the team how much time a ray of the sun takes to reach the earth. "Alas, India has lost a famous scientist," said the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister exclaimed with grief, alas, with grief, that India had lost a famous scientist. "How would you help develop the company?" the interview board member said to the candidate. The interview board member asked the candidate how he would help develop the company. Remember, help develop the company, these three words are so close together. So you can see would help develop the company. Same thing. So, okay. "If I get a job, I will throw a grand party," said Spandana. Spandana said that if she got a job, see here, get a job, she would throw a grand party. So, will throw changes to would throw. The officer said to the cadets, "Stand where you are." The officer ordered the cadets to stand where they were. Don't make friends with bad boys, said the mother to her son. The mother advised her son not to make friends with bad boys. Hearty welcome to our college, Raghu said to her friends. Radha said to her friends. Radha warmly welcomed her friends to their village. Sorry. So, a hearty welcome to our village, Radha said to her friends. Radha warmly welcomed her friends to their village. Okay, hurrah, we have defeated Pakistan in T20 also, said Kohli. Kohli exclaimed with joy that they had defeated Pakistan in T20 also. Please be seated, my father is sleeping. So you have two sentences here, said the girl to the visitors. The girl requested the visitors to be seated and told them that her father was sleeping. I'm a pure vegetarian, Gandhi said. Gandhi said that he was a pure vegetarian. How exciting it is to see Telangana as a separate state, said a 100-year-old man. A 100-year-old man exclaimed with excitement that it was very exciting to see Telangana as a separate state. Just understand how this sentence has been transformed. Remember, man is mortal, said the Swamiji. The Swamiji reminded, see, this is not clear. I mean, the listeners' names are not mentioned. So you can write like this, reminded them that man is mortal. He said, we need not wait here for the bus. He said that they did not need to wait there for the bus. Also, take a look at this need not wait, how it changes to did not need to wait. Uh, we also have old usage like needed not to wait. While I was going to see Deepthi, it started raining, Kiran said. Kiran said that while I was going to see Deepthi, it started raining. The doctor said, sorry, I cannot help it. The doctor apologized and said that he could not help it. Nothing is in our hands, said the priest. The priest said that nothing was in their hands. I said to her, I have already applied for the job. I told her that I had already applied for the job. You said to me, she loves you. You told me that she loved me. So just focus on this. There can be some sort of confusion if you don't pay attention to the pronouns here. We said to him, can we use your phone? We asked him if he could use his phone. The teacher said to her, why did you fail the exam? The teacher asked her why she had failed the exam. She will say to me, look at this future, this reporting verb is in the future. How will you solve the problem? She will ask me how I will solve the problem. See here, will solve, will solve. The tense does not change because the reporting verb is in the future. I said to them, I don't ever waste time. I told them that I didn't ever waste my time. You said to me, I have not yet met them. You told me that you had not yet met them. The minister said, the problem will surely be looked into. The minister said that the problem would surely be looked into. They said to me, have you been working here since 2015? They asked me if I had been working there since 2015. We said to them, we were watching a movie at that time. We told them that we had been watching a movie at that time. So, see how past continuous changes to past perfect continuous tense. She said, I went to the market yesterday. She said that she had gone to the market the day before. They said to us, we will be waiting for you then. They told us that they would be waiting for us then. John said to her, I will call a doctor for you. John told her that he would call a doctor for her. I said to her, Alas, I am undone. I exclaimed with grief. See this one, how this is conveyed in the report speech. So I exclaimed with grief to her that I was undone. Or you can say, I lamented to her that I was undone. So, meaning I was ruined completely. She said to him, Please complete the job. She requested him to complete the job because please is there, you say requested. He shouted at them, Shut up. He shouted at them and ordered them to shut up. So you need this conjunction and you need to separately report this. Okay. The officer said to him, Don't repeat this mistake in the future. The officer warned him not to repeat that mistake in the future. The teacher said Akbar had died in 1605 AD. This is actually uh, this sentence seems to be already not correct because you cannot use had died in the direct speech. When we learned tenses, there is a rule. You cannot use past perfect referring to a single past event. You simply say died, and here you say the teacher said that Akbar uh, died in 1605 because when you report a historical fact, generally you don't change any tense. Okay, but then I think in your board examination, it's better to say had died. That should be better. So ignore this. Okay, she said to her, knowledge is power. She told her that knowledge is power. So it's a universal truth. So no tense required. No tense change is required. A soft voice said, What a cold day. A soft voice exclaimed that it was a very cold day. Now, there are some more questions from the prose lessons. I asked my biology teacher what I should do to save it. I said to my biology teacher, What should I do to save it? So you have changed the sentence from indirect to direct. I asked my grandmother how she got to be so wise. I said to my grandmother, How did you get to be so wise? Timaka concludes, even one sapling each could make a better play could make here some line is missing, some expression could make this planet a better place for our children. So small uh, addition, something needs to be added here. Okay, here where is it? uh, this part. Okay, even here also there is a small change that is required. Okay, now let's continue. uh, So you need to have some, a noun there actually could make this planet a better place that is missing. So in your answer also you have to write that. Okay, box. It's from fourth prose lesson. Stop. Can you inform me who the individual is? Box shouted at the person to stop and asked if he could inform him who the individual who the individual was that who the individual was that he invariably encountered going downwards when he was coming up and coming upstairs when he was going down. Actually, this is not a full sentence. That's why you can see three dots here. It's a lengthy sentence. So the full sentence question sentence not provided here. Okay, there are some more questions in the revision tests and model paper. Mother said to me, "Come home urgently." Mother told me to come home urgently. She said to me, "I will go to Warangal tomorrow." She told me that she would go to Warangal the next day. Mrs. Bouncer said, "Is there anything else you've got to grumble about, sir?" Mrs. Boxer asked Cox, no, this person is Cox, right? So Mrs. Bouncer asked Cox if there was anything else he had got to grumble about. Model paper. My father says I love my country. My father says that he loves his country. So this is reporting verb. So the reported verb remains in the same tense, present tense. I asked my biology teacher what I should do to save it. I said to my biology teacher, "What should I do to save it?" Now, this is how the questions are given in the board examination. What you see here is actually taken from the model paper at the end of the textbook. The questions from this topic, reported speech or direct and indirect speech, are given in the bit number 11 as the second and third questions normally. So, my father says, "I love my country." I asked my biology teacher what I should do to save it. So how do you write the answers? See, six questions are there, and you'll be asked to write any four answers for 4 marks. But as usual, I suggest you write answers to all the six questions in the same order, because even if you make a mistake or two, you will still get your marks. Write your answers neatly, write the bit number correctly and the roll number, question numbers correctly that way.